I've been a passenger. There's definitely been a minute since he's been a driver.
Yeah, this boiler sounds sick, bro. I wouldn't want to change it.
That's what I was like. It was like, once you was like, yeah, I can't change that, man. It is not the same.
7 or 8 speed?
This, I think it's 8.
Jesus Christ.
You can go this way. You can go this way.
That way?
Yeah. Probably gonna see a gas station for a minute. How many miles you got? 58. You should be good, man. I don't think you're 58 miles away.
Easily I am.
The Dixon's 58 miles away? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ICNV Drives Edition, and today I'm out here with my man DJ Elevate, and I want to get you guys another experience with him behind the wheel, because it's been quite some time since he's been behind the wheel of my Corvette C8 Zeus. So let me get you some footage of him enjoying the drive, and then we're gonna get into a nice conversation with my man DJ Elevate about this experience. Okay, we didn't give you the full driving experience with my man on the expressway, but you got to see some of it. So now my question is, let me do your reintroduction. Y'all don't remember, DJ Elevate went with me to actually pick up Zeus. So this isn't his first time driving a car. But what this is his first time driving a car with the aerolarry wheels, the new exhaust system, the extra aero to pull down downforce. A lot of stuff I done done to the car since the last time he got behind the wheel.
Not only that, but the first and only other time I drove the car, it was still before the break-in period was over.
So he was a pre-break-in driver. I thought you drove it after 500 miles.
No, dude, I only drove it when we brought it back from Pennsylvania. And I couldn't use the whole car. Didn't even use the pedals.
Well, as you hear, he didn't even use the whole car, he didn't use the pedals. With that being said, what is your thoughts on the car now?
Damn near crap myself. No, I mean it's insane. An absolute blast. Scary a little bit. There's always that little bit of fear with, like, you know, putting your foot down and knowing that the thing's only rear-wheel drive and whatnot, which kind of adds to the experience. But it's a really fun car. Shifts are absolutely insane. Yeah, 10 out of 10.
A 10 out of 10. Now, I just think it's funny because I forgot he never drove it after the break-in period. And then my driving experience with it, I don't really play with the pedals much. I know he does. That's why I wanted to get him back behind the wheel. And you get the full experience with that. But overall, my belief about it is, since I've unlocked it, the wheels give it a totally different feel.
Yes.
So whatever you see on the dashboard, just know you about 5-6 miles faster.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing you gotta understand. Usually it says I'm doing 60, I'm doing about 64.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So once you start crossing the 100+ mile range, they say you can increase that to almost like a 4, 5, 6 mile per hour. So whatever you see, you still going faster than that.
Yeah.
That's what typically gets me in trouble. Because I blow past a cop with the speed limit sit on like 75, like you speed, like, no, sir, the cruise control says, and I forget about it myself sometimes.
That makes sense.
But at least they let me go like, well, I guess the cruise, maybe some radar error, but it's one of those things whereas, I've been this way before, they had a Porsche meet over here. But I like the feel of the car. It makes me appreciate Corvette more. The one thing about this car is I have the Pontiac Grand Prix GTP. The wider is better how it sits. I really feel that dig in and plop down when I'm in this car. Like it hugs the road. I don't usually feel scared to drive it at high speeds because I feel like it's hugging the road. I go through tight turns, I actually like accelerate through them more because it feels like it plants and hugs the road. Usually when I put people behind the wheel first time that I used to drive in family cars, that's the part where you see the butthole pucker and they tense up in the turns and often want to brake. I'm like, don't brake, just accelerate through it. So I know you had the Z and you've been there before, but it's been a while since you've been behind the wheel of the Z. So does it give you that rejuvenating feeling that you're missing?
No, because they were completely different cars. I could have had the Z now, today, still had it, and being in this car and driving it, I wouldn't even think about the Z. And I love that car. They're way too different. This doesn't make me miss my old car. This makes me like want to sell a kidney so I can afford it.
Sell a kidney.
I think this is the perfect time to take a quick break. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the ICNV Drive Edition community. This is an interactive community, so if you hit me up on any one of my social media platforms, I will do my best to respond to you, and I may make a video based off the topic you bring up. So become a member, subscribe to the channel. For all my military members, both active and veterans, I like to give you guys a big salute because we know freedom isn't free, and because of you guys, it's the reason we get to enjoy the things we enjoy and do what we do today. So again, salute to all my military family members, active members, and veterans. But let's get back to this video.
But that's funny because it was like, I remember when I first went to go get this, and you was like, I don't want a big bulky V8. I don't want to do the V8. And it's like, now it's like, but you see what I'm saying? It's like, it's something about that damn V8.
I've never been a fan of how V8s sound. It's just not my sound, and this one is no exception. V8s that I do like how they sound would be like flat plates, for example, the Z06, higher pitch. They don't even sound like a V8, but that's just personal preference. But I could see past that with this car. I don't like. It sounds great for a V8, obviously, but no, there's more to this car than just the way it sounds. Yeah, V8 or not, this thing's a hell of a car.
I wonder if you would feel the same way about that if it was the E-Ray or something like that. That works here.
So did I.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder if you would feel the same way if it was like the E-Ray.
Well, they have the same engine, though. It's just they added some electric motors.
I think the electric motor gives a totally different appeal. I can't wait to actually get behind my hands or get behind the wheel of one. I've had a couple of dealers reach out to me and try to put me in one, but I'm not quite sure I want to make that move. We've been talking behind the scenes. I think I'll make a video about what actually I was telling you about what I would like to do to an E-Ray.
Yeah.
And why I want to do it to it, and then what I think it'll get out of it. And I think that to me would be the best bargain performance car you could buy, because as of right now, I could do that to an E-Ray and still come out cheaper than the Z06 on the market.
Which is true. But you also lose a bit of that. Now, then again, I'm no Corvette expert. This is the only Corvette I've ever driven in my life. But,
Second, you drove all of them.
I did not.
You didn't drive the C7.
I was just a passenger princess.
I didn't let you drive the C7.
You never drove.
Who I let drive the C7?
I don't know.
I let somebody drive the C7.
Wasn't me.
I think it was you.
No, it wasn't me.
It was you.
It wasn't me.
It was right before I got rid of it. I let you drive it.
No.
Who did I let?
You let me drive the Mercedes.
I let somebody drive. I was like let me drive. I was like, I thought it was you. I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm about to get rid of it.
No, it wasn't me.
Could have sworn I let you drive right before we got the Benz.
No, I would have remembered.
Could have sworn I let you drive that car, Carlos.
Well, anyway, this is the only Corvette I've ever driven.
Okay.
But I know Corvettes, obviously, you know, that's the American charm of big V8 rear-wheel drive or right-wheel drive, however you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get an E-Ray, obviously test drive it, see how it feels. Yeah, you like it, you probably like it. But I don't know if it being, because it is all-wheel, right? At that
Yes.
point. If it would take away from it, you know, having that charm or, you know, not wanting to kill you.
I get what you're saying, but I just feel like driving the NSX, I feel like it's a better built NSX. A more powerful version of the NSX.
Well, yeah. Powerful easily.
I feel like it's a more technologically advanced version of the NSX. And I truly like the NSX. Not to mention you get this in the E-Ray, which you can't do with the NSX. So I feel like
True.
I feel like all the way around it's just the NSX on steroids.
Is an NSX a hybrid? No, right?
It's a hybrid V6.
It is hybrid?
Yes.
Oh.
Electric motor in the front for two wheels. You got the 6 in the back supercharged. Well,
Twin turbo.
Twin turbo, yeah, twin turbo. So giving you like 570 horsepower.
Very underpowered.
Yes.
For what they were asking for when they were new.
Yeah. And that's my thing. But it's like when I drove that, I liked that car. I felt like you sat there and said too, for how big it is, how small, it was quick, but I felt like it was underpowered.
Yeah.
It's like something about the 6-cylinder and it moved me the way I felt it should have moved me for a 6-figure car.
I think that's across the board. Most people don't really, nowadays it's starting to become a little bit more common, but I mean, typically when people think of supercar, you think of V8, V10, V12, or whatever, not so much V6. So I think that's one of the things that people tend to look down on. Oh, it's just a V6.
Yeah. And I think that's what happened with me too, was like when I was out test driving before I bought this, I really wanted it just because they're driving the train tracks, they ain't gonna creep, just roll over.
I still do it with the Altima, bro, with my beater, just because I'm used to it from the Z.
But my thing is like, I feel like when I was driving it, I'm like, it just, the V6 didn't seem like it was enough. The power was there, the car was real quick, but it just didn't, like the noise wasn't there. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it is hard to make a V6 sound good. Usually they don't sound that great, I will be honest. My Z excluded. But yeah, it's hard to make a V6 sound good. They usually sound like trumpets.
Yeah. And that's why I fell off, I feel like why I drifted away from it. Because I feel like that's why I drove away the Porsche too, to be honest with you. Like, I was looking at a Porsche, NSX, the R8, and this.
The inline sixes of a Porsche sound fantastic.
But it wasn't inline.
They're all inline.
No, it was.
Flat sixes. They're all flat sixes. Excuse me.
But when I was looking at a 2020 supercharged Carrera S, so it didn't sound the same.
Well, I know it still has a flat six.
But it's supercharged, so it just didn't sound the same.
They supercharge those things?
Yeah. The next generation, everything is supercharged.
Huh, that's news to me.
So it's like, it just didn't sound the same. Well, we're back after this call. So I do want to apologize. The phone call went a little bit longer than I was expected, and I had to kind of cut the session with DJ Elevate short because he had to be somewhere too. But what I would like to say to you guys is I really enjoy getting together with my man DJ Elevate. He's very knowledgeable about cars. We have great conversations when we're together. As you see, we drift off into a conversation about the E-Ray and other possible vehicles that I can possibly look at and how they compare and how I went through my process of elimination to get Zeus. But at the end of the day, as you see, DJ Elevate is more of a tuner. And let me rephrase that. He's more of a tuner guy. And for Zeus to put such an impression on him only goes to show you or explain what I've been saying countless times in other videos, that this C8 Corvette is appealing to more buyers than before. There was a point in time where my man DJ Elevate wouldn't even consider an American V8 because he said he didn't like the sound. It wasn't so much the performance, but he didn't like the sound. He's more of a tuner guy. And now, with him behind the wheel of Zeus, he has nothing but smiles on his face, and he really can't see why not owning, or should I say, why owning a Corvette C8 would be a bad experience. Now, he did mention that he didn't get to drive my C7, which I still kind of find it hard to believe, but he may be right. But there was a point when we talked about my C7, whereas he was just not interested. But this C8 is a whole different ball game. And that's all I really want to get across to people, is that when you hear tuner guys, people that prefer tuner cars, be moved and then want to think about the possibility or how they can get their hand on a C8, you know GM built a good car. So that was Elevate the Experience, and it was a good one. So ICNV Drive Station, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the ICNV Drive Station community. It is an interactive community, so if you reach out to me like so many of you have done in the past, I will comment back or respond to your comments. And like I said before, if it's actually an interesting topic, I may even make a video on the matter. So, as always, chase your dreams, build your visions. Don't let anyone discourage you, because it's okay to be unique. And as always, stay blessed, stay safe, and I will see you in these streets. And for all my veterans, salute. Peace.